What's up, guys? It's Monaco here, and in this video we're going to talk to you about 3-star fights. Okay, so guys, let's get down to brass tacks and nuts and bolts here. This fight is very, very hard. This fight is extremely hard. You have to bring in defensive poo-poo almost always. The only exception to that is maybe a dancer, because they have such high hit points and survivability anyways. They can get away without it. Plus, they have heal drives to kind of get themselves back up. So, they're able to kind of absorb blows and be fine. Plus, they have so much other things that they have to bring and do that they really don't have room for a defensive poo-poo. Attackers, I highly recommend that you bring a defensive poo-poo, especially if you're not a black mage. Because black mages have such good natural defenses for this fight. They're well suited for this fight, and they also have the highest damage output for this fight. I believe I two-shot one of my runs. I played black mage and I two-shot Hashmail with 565k crits on my black mage using Odin 4-star. Guys, if you haven't augmented Odin yet, you need to. If you plan on doing 3-star fights. Odin is a very, very important card because his passive ability gives 10% reduced damage to you, and it also serves as your primary attack and break orange bar breaker card. Now, some things that you're going to notice about this particular composition: we have two supports. One's kind of loaded out as the primary buffer. The other one is loaded out as kind of like the support buffer. The support buffer has Artemis, Crit Up, and I believe Wall. And I'm the main buffer, and I have Haste, Carbuncle, and Moogle. Excuse me, sorry. Anyways, so we have a little bit of a problem at the start of the fight. We try to mitigate that with Curse onto the boss until we can get our buffs rolling. And then once we get our buffs rolling, we don't have any problems. It's just a matter of getting everything going, getting everything up. It takes quite a few turns to do that. But once we do, we get caught back up and our survivability isn't a problem. Carbuncle does an insane amount of work for this. The hit point pools have increased dramatically over the 4-star variations of our jobs. And as a result, Carbuncle is extremely efficient, extremely effective, very good heals. He heals between 600 and 1,000 per turn. And there's not another card in the game that does that over the course of 5 turns. It's just an insane and ridiculously efficient heal card. It helps keep the party up and allows you to do the rest of your buffs to kind of keep the party at a good hit point level. Our breaker keeps getting owned, mainly because he's being focused. It has nothing to do with the fact that he's an assassin. As a matter of fact, I played breaker quite a few times as an assassin. And while you do break a little bit slower than you normally would because there is no poo-poo for an assassin, you still your survivability is still pretty good because you're able to load out with defensive options such as, wind and wind taunt, earth poo-poo, and those kinds of things. Guys, you're probably going to think that I'm crazy for saying use a taunt, okay? But there's very, very good reasons for it. And none of them have to do with the taunt itself. The taunt itself is just kind of like an emergency orb drain in case you need to find Artemis in a hurry. The primary abilities for having the taunt with you are 1, the levels, 2, the passives. The passives are very, very good for these taunt cards. They give you a lot of mitigation and raise your effective health by by a substantial amount by mitigating a lot of the boss's damage, okay? And that's going to allow you to be extremely durable on an assassin. So anyways, Um, the Dancer, Dancer is a very, very good healer for this. As you can see, Black Mage is doing very, very good damage. Um, I honestly, like, I don't know what other classes you could bring. Dancer, White Mage does fairly good at this. Their ultimate is pretty clutch in certain scenarios. Really, like, there's only a couple of classes that can do this fight very efficiently. Now, I'm not saying that there's only 2 or 3 classes that can do the fight, period. I'm just saying there's only a couple that can do the fight extremely efficiently. And so, as a result, 3-star is kind of limited right now. Now, later on, it's going to kind of open up a little bit more once everybody else catches up in terms of stats and stuff. But anyways, so basically, what you're noticing is even through Curse and even through all of our buffs, we have barrier, we have resistances. He's still doing 1200 to 1500 damage, which is pretty intense. And that's just with his regular attacks. He's gonna hit us with an ultimate here this turn, and he's probably gonna reduce our health by well over half. And again, that's with a ton of debuffs and buffs on. If he hits you with the ultimate and you're not prepared, you will die. Period. There's no way around it. It just does too much damage. So, anyways, some things that you guys need to work on in order to be prepared for 3-star fights are definitely the Sicarius cards. You need to work on the Sicarius cards big time. Hit those as hard as you can. Be hitting multiplayer. If you can't do 3-star, go to 2-star. If you can't do 2-star, go to 1-star. But hit it as hard as you can and get those Sicarius cards up as fast as possible. These Sicarius cards are going to be probably best in slot in terms of damage, single target damage cards, moving on for the next month or two until they release 5-stars, and then the single target cards will catch up a little bit because they'll be able to go to 5-stars and the Sicarius cards won't, and then the Sicarius cards will catch back up again once they can go to 5-stars again. So definitely hit those as hard as you possibly can. Work on your augments. It's totally free. All it requires is time and a little bit of effort in multiplayer. Okay, I can't stress this enough. Put single player down for a little while. Okay, it's not going to hurt you to put single player down. Go play some multiplayer, guys. It's very, very important that you do so in order to keep up and keep pace with the events that are coming out. Okay. So anyways, we break him here, and I think the Black Mage kind of goes crazy on him. I don't know if we actually get the kill here. Yeah, as you can see, the Black Mage is doing fairly good damage. I think he was missing a buff, maybe, possibly. Anyways, he's missing a few things, but that's still pretty good damage, considering everything that he's missing. I think he did. I'm pretty sure he didn't have Poo Poo there, and he didn't have any debuffs on the boss, and he only had Faith as a buff. So, anyways, that's kind of everything that I wanted to show you in terms of the 3-star fights, guys. You got a lot of work to do if you plan on doing this on a regular basis. I've been farming this as hard as I possibly can to try and get as many of the augment materials as possible. I've already started working on getting my my mage Hashmill card to 4-star. You guys should seriously think about doing the same thing. Anyways, that's what I have for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoy 3-stars, and let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. I'll see you guys next video.